Hello, my sweet sisters of the Magical Sabbatical, and welcome to our May session honoring the magic of the Mayan civilization. I am so excited tonight to be entering into the realm of Ixcacao, who is, of course, the Mayan cacao goddess. And she is going to lead us through a heart-opening ceremony tonight. And we won't be drinking cacao together, which is the traditional way of working with this particular plant medicine. But we will be burning it together. I'm going to be showing you how I use mine as an incense. And certainly if you have your own cacao blend at home, if you'd like to create a cup for yourself to sip during our ritual, I would encourage you and support you to do that as well. I think by the time we're done tonight, you're going to have a deeper understanding of the importance of chocolate. And while the chocolate that we consume that maybe you buy at the grocery store down the street from your house isn't exactly the same as what we're talking about. You know, traditional Mayan cacao ceremony is made with pure cacao. And it is sweetened naturally, and so there's lots of different ways to sweeten it. In fact, if you blend your cacao with lavender buds or with rose petals, you're going to get a beautiful natural sweetness. And in fact, most of the shamans that I work with who perform cacao ceremonies really like to blend cacao with flowers. It just melds so beautifully. So I encourage you to explore the relationship between the flower medicine and the plant medicine of the sacred cacao. In your herb 10, your herb blend, you have pulse, which is beautiful cacao with lavender and rose. And so just to get you ready, because I'm going to burn this, and you may want to burn it as we engage in our ritual today too, I've taken our pulse blend and I've placed it in my mortar and pestle, and I'm just blending it down to make not quite a powder, but to get it to a finer consistency. And then I am adding, and you're welcome to add too, if you would like, just a little piece of copal resin to my mixture, because I'm burning these together, and copal just burns so beautifully. And so I've got everything in my beautiful chalice here, which you have as well. This is your mortar and pestle that came with your set. I've got the small one with my kit. You might have the larger size depending on the size that you purchased. And then just taking one more minute to infuse my ingredients, to combine them all so that as I burn, everything gets incorporated. And one way to make resin a little bit easier to combine with mortar and pestle is to freeze it. I don't know if you know that, but it makes it actually brittle, and so it will crush and sort of pulverize much more easily. I learned that the hard way in the early days of my magical practice by not doing that and sort of burning through a lot of different blenders in the process. So always freeze your resins if you want to make them into incense. Okay, so we have our beautiful tools. I'm going to open our ceremonial circle and I'm going to smudge. Just calling in the energies of 4 directions, asking the guardians of those sacred gateways to be present to us in our journey today. As we are going to mix our beautiful cacao, burn our beautiful resin, and then we are going to go into a brief meditation with Ixcacao herself, to journey to her, to allow her to reveal to us what we need to do to open our heart center right now in our lives. Where do you need to show up more powerfully from your own heart center? Where in your life do you need to express love more deeply and more profoundly? Those are some of the primary questions that Ixcacao asks us and that you should be reflecting upon as we head into our time together here. So beautiful. And so, guardians of the East, as we prepare to light our pulse candle, we ask for a new beginning in the heart space today. We ask for a revival of love in our life and the ability to access that love profoundly, especially in our lower chakras. As I integrate the medicine of this journey, it really has been about transforming that lower sushumna, the lower part of our energetic column where energy flows in our body. And you know, the Kundalini energy rests at the sacral chakra. Everybody knows that. But to activate the Kundalini, all of your lower chakras have to be aligned. And so what I love about cacao ceremony is it operates from the heart down. It's all heart chakra and then into solar plexus, sacral, and root. The cacao ceremony is really not as much a spiritual experience as it is a body experience. It's an experience of loving into the deepest parts of your body, and in that way also the deepest parts of your soul. We're going to be working with our beautiful rose quartz today because this is X Cacao's stone to end all stones. And then we're anointing with our beautiful pulse perfume. That gorgeous tobacco with the cacao is one of my favorites of all of the sabbatical classes, perfumes that I have made you. The vanilla is also an absolute, and so everything about this is pure and stunning. So lit up my wrist for what I do. Woo! Lit up my third eye for what I know, and a little bit at my ankles for where I go. It's intoxicating, isn't it? And what's interesting is all of those are aphrodisiacs. Chocolate's an aphrodisiac, vanilla is an aphrodisiac, even tobacco is an aphrodisiac, and it's also a sacred offering to Great Spirit. So you have everything that you need. And then, as I said, I had been combining my ingredients, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of them. I've already got my, woo, that's too hot for me to pick up, actually. Let me see if I have another way to pick that up. I may not show it to you. I'm going to sprinkle my my blend onto my charcoal disc, but I'm not going to pick it up to show you because it's too hot. She's just been cooking for a little bit, and so. But as that smoke comes around, I'm going to fan it toward us so that we can work with it. So there that smoke comes, a beautiful chocolate, lavender rose. It smells like a bakery to me. Like a magical, sacred bakery. And as you begin, you know, we've got the little bit left of that white sage. I've been burning copal all day, and then here's the chocolate, and I've got tobacco and copal and lavender and rose. It's so beautiful. This is all of her medicines. All of that heart-opening peace, love, connection, just receiving, receiving, receiving. And as we're going through these just early moments, I really want you to even allow this part of our work together to be a ritual. So as I move the smoke to you, I want you to clear anything right now from your mind, from your heart, anything that's keeping you from being love. Anything that's keeping you from embodying love, that's keeping you from expressing love, that's keeping you from feeling love. I want you to release all of that right now. As you watch my fan move the smoke, just release, release, release. Maybe you're afraid to love. Let's let that go. Maybe you're too angry to love. Let's let that go. Maybe you're too frustrated to love. Let's let that go. Maybe you're too tired to love. Let's let that go. And I hope you enjoy that pulse blend. To me, I love incorporating chocolate into our incense ritual. I think it makes so much sense, and yet we haven't really done it in this conscious of a way, so I am loving it, and I hope that you are loving it too. Okay, so roll your shoulders back, close your eyes. I'm going to read to you a little bit. I'm first going to read to you our beautiful Enter Maya, which gives you a little taste of the civilization, and then I'm going to read to you our invocation to X Cacao, our beautiful cacao goddess. So just close your eyes and relax. Soften into this moment. Let that beautiful chocolate continue to intoxicate you. Because it's almost twilight and the city is roaring with excitement. Local markets are filled with women weaving and spinning rugs while their husbands and their sons are in the farms and the fields gathering maize. And craftsmen are wiping their hands on their loincloths and accepting cacao beans as currency from their most loyal customers. Indeed, this was the currency of all man. And the smell of fresh chilies, the avocados, papayas, mangoes create a path to the women who are roasting them over a fire. The noble men and women walking the streets with headdresses made of feathers of the quetzal bird, their jewelry temporarily hiding tattoos of commitment, their noses pronounced with exaggerated makeup made from amaranth powder. And in a short distance, a cloud of smoke looms over the neighboring city, and the faint scent of burnt tobacco and copal resin reaches the marketplace. Craftsmen drop their obsidian tools and leave their belongings behind, and women pinch their cheeks for color and grab their most beautiful robes, hurriedly weaving feathers into their hair. And as the chants and the dances vibrate the earth beneath your feet, and your body is carried by the crowds of people heading toward ritual, you find that the city center is in fact loud with prayer, swirling through rings of smoke, a bonfire burning in the middle, and the sweet smell of copal resin becomes more and more pronounced. You close your eyes as you inhale this sweet copal smoke. You feel spirit move through you, and then a surge of energy as your mouth starts to move and your voice chants to the heavens in sounds you barely understand. Your feet are moving in a ceremonial dance as though possessed by the positive vibrations of all around you. And as you begin to embody this magic, you become the Maya. Whew. Spice and warmth and beauty and indulgence and grounding. All of those are the medicine of the Maya. And so this is our beautiful invocation to this goddess right here, our beautiful Ix Cacao. I am Ix Cacao. I am compassion and truth. I am seduction and love. I am pleasure and prosperity. I am your drug and your medicina. I am your awareness and your mystery. I am your wish and your magic. I am Ix Cacao, the chocolate goddess, now and always. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is, so she is. Isn't she divine? If you didn't have the canvas, just take a moment to really receive her, because I think there's so much medicine just in her visage. You know, one of the things that I really appreciate about the beauty of the goddesses, and indeed all of the magical women in my life, is the way they carry themselves. Look at the regal, sovereign aspect. Look at the way she holds the cup, right, of the beautiful cacao. This is a woman who is not questioning her divine right authority. She's not questioning her sovereignty. She's not asking you to define who she is. She very much knows who she is. She's simply waiting to share the bounty of her gifts with you. And so there's so much that we can learn from Ix Cacao, not just about love and cacao ceremony, which are obviously very important, but also about sovereignty and what it means to hold your space, what it means to hold your center. And so we bow to her tonight in her beauty and her wisdom. And so one of the things that you should know is that cacao, to the Maya, was a symbol of prosperity. It really was. And in fact, I'll read to you a quick story about the relationship between cacao and abundance and prosperity for the Maya. Ix Cacao, the Mayan goddess of chocolate, was first known as the benevolent goddess of abundance, who was swept away from her beloved fields to marry the god of commerce. She was rumored by the commoners to be the earth goddess whose favorite crop was chocolate. Chocolate, declared as the food of the gods, was then only available to the rulers and warriors of service. Her heart was broken at the sight of chocolate being used, being saved by her people, being used exclusively for the rich, while children were starving and working in the fields. And so the goddess of chocolate, under the guise of a commoner, saved her people by offering them chocolate. She filled cups of chocolate mixed with allspice to comfort the men on death row. Cacao was used in ceremony to open the heart chakra. It increases serotonin, did you know? And stimulates the influential love compound in the brain. It has similar euphoric effects to that of opium, helping its consumers reach higher planes of existence. And so, even to this day, chocolate and Ix Cacao herself are praised throughout Central and South America for this very reason. Isn't it beautiful? And so one of the things I want you to really remember, I think this story narrates a lot for us. Remember we were talking in Arrow Magic, if you're also in Arrow Magic, we were talking about amaranth seed and how when the Maya were conquered, amaranth seed was taken away from them as a primary source of protein in an effort to undermine and weaken them to make them easier to conquer. And in some ways, I think that the commercialization of chocolate is sort of a similar sad tale about the commercialization of something that's so sacred and has been taken ritually and ceremonially for thousands of years, and now is made into something that's, we think of as almost a children's, children's product, right? Kids and chocolate and candy and all of this. We've commercialized it. It's not meant to be extremely sweet. It's not meant to be made without even any cacao in it at all. As a lot of chocolate in the United States, as you know, is made without any real chocolate. And so these kind of cheap commercial synthetic products that you may think of as chocolate today is actually not what we're talking about in the realm of cacao. We're talking about a sacred plant medicine, what we would call a sacrament in the shamanic tradition. And so when taken sacramentally, right, when taken inwardly as an offering of the divine to your soul, to your spirit, and to your energetic field, it has a very different effect. And so even if you're a chocoholic, what I have found in cacao ceremony is you don't want that much. It's so rich, and its purpose is much more than just to be an indulgent dessert. Its purpose is really to transform your consciousness and open your heart space. Whew. So I'd like you to take 3 deep inhales of that beautiful perfume, or if you prefer, inhale your candle or the beautiful smoke from your incense. And I want you to imagine that you are standing in the middle of one of the most beautiful Mayan temples. Beautiful pyramid shape before you. And I want you to imagine that you are seated in the center of a beautiful circle of stones. We know in the Mayan temples there were large obsidian rocks that were placed at the entrances and exits to the temples. And so I want you to see these beautiful obsidian rocks surrounding you. Maybe even the floor itself is made of obsidian underneath your feet, under where you're sitting. And I want you to imagine yourself in the center of the circle, because you have arrived just in time for a sacred cacao ceremony, and you have been specially invited to participate in this ceremony tonight. And the purpose of this ceremony for you tonight, and you can set your own intention, but the purpose, as I have set it for you, is for you to encounter your heart's deepest purpose. Your heart's deepest purpose, meaning the love that you are most profoundly here to express and share with others in the world. That's the answer we're looking for tonight in this meditation with Ix Cacao. Are you ready? So I want you to imagine this circle, and I want you to see that surrounding you in this beautiful ceremonial circle are other beings. It could be other humans, it could be other beings in pure spirit. Maybe you see there could be even spirit animals who are gathering around. Could be elders of yours, spirit guides of yours. We all have love guides, and so maybe some of your love guides, your heart healing guides, have come through tonight to join you in this beautiful cacao ceremony. And I want you to imagine being able to smell the chocolate. So first you're having a sensory experience of just being able to smell the beautiful chocolate. And of course, the cacao priestess tonight has made this blend in whatever way is in divine perfect alignment with your path and purpose. Maybe she's added some beautiful marigold flowers because part of your heart opening relates to healing ancestral relationships. And so maybe she's customized your cacao with beautiful marigold. Maybe she's added lavender buds to your cacao to help you with peace and sleep and the release of energies that no longer serve you. Lavender is so exquisitely perfect for that. Maybe she's added in some rose petals tonight to bring passion to you. Maybe the love that you feel is not anchored deeply enough in the physical realm, and so she wants you to have more of a physical experience of love. Or maybe she's trying to engender more compassion on your part, to bring more compassion to your life, and that's why she's using rose medicine this evening. Sweet, beautiful Ix Cacao. And so I want you to now see that to your right and to your left, there are priestesses coming, and they all have beautiful cups, beautiful chalices. And they're not large chalices. When you're in cacao ceremony, you drink very little. Sometimes it's 2 or 4 ounces of the cacao because it's thick and it's dense and it's sweet and it's viscous, and it coats your entire system as you swallow and let it melt its way down into your digestive system. It sort of coats the entire system in this coating of love and beauty and magic. And so as you take the chalice from the priestess in your right hand, I want you to imagine bringing that chalice to your lips and taking your first sip of this healing cacao. And so this first part of the ceremony is about you receiving. You're receiving love tonight. You know, we are all looking for love. Some of us are looking for love in all the wrong places, as the song goes. So tonight I want you to ask yourself, where do you need to receive love more openly in your life right now? Is it from your children? Is it from your partner? Is it from your friends? Is it from your family? Where do you need to have a more open heart to receive love? And take that chalice again one more time to your lips. Receive that beautiful cacao medicine. And Ix Cacao, we give you permission with this second sip to come through and just to physically open the heart space for us. Help us to expand what it means to know and understand and receive and give love. And then this third taste of the cacao, because we're receiving now. I want you to take a last sip, and this is for all your relations. I want you to receive love tonight for every generation before you who didn't receive enough. And then I want you to receive love tonight for every generation after you who will need more than you had. Can you do that with this last receiving of the cacao? And we thank you, thank you, thank you. So beautiful. And then we are going to give love. So as the priestess comes to you on your left side and brings you the giving chalice of cacao, I want you to take your first sip of this beautiful cacao. And she may have blended this differently. So in your visualizations, it may even taste different. And if you choose to do this ritual with a drinking chocolate, you may want to blend something slightly more powerful, solar plexus oriented for a giving cacao blend. It's something more sort of heart chakra or sacral chakra receiving blend, ginger or rose or cardamom, perhaps more for a receiving cacao. So the second one is your sending cacao. Take a nice deep sip. And now you're going to send love. Cacao. We ask that you send this divine cacao love from us, through us, out to wherever it is needed in our circle tonight, to our friends, to our families. I'm recording this ahead of Mother's Day weekend, so we're sending it to all of the mothers, to our mothers, to our daughters who will be mothers, to our great-grandmothers, all the way back and forward. And then with the second sip of the cacao, the sending sip, we are going to send all of this beautiful love out to the entire planet. Sending a heart opening to the entire planet. Can we love more? Can we love more deeply? Can we show more compassion? Can we forgive? Can we allow people to be human? Can we allow them to make mistakes? Can we allow them to process their emotions? Can we allow them to be with what is without trying to fix it for them or trying to fix them? Beautiful East Cacao, teach us tonight how to do this work with grace. And then with the third sip of the sending hand, I want you to send this to everyone you know and love who has a block in their heart right now. It might be a block to you. It might not have anything to do with you. It might be a block that they have to their own family or to the world. It might be grief that's causing the block. Sending this beautiful cacao medicine, East Cacao, work through us to send this beautiful, sweet love, heart-opening medicine to everyone in our life who has blocks right now and who needs it. And so we have received from East Cacao tonight, and so we have sent from East Cacao tonight, the beautiful sort of like interlocking wheels of the sending and the receiving of energy. And I want you to think about where you are in the midst of all of that. As you open your own heart and receive healing of your heart, and as you send energy back out and you send that heart healing out into the universe, where are you in the middle of those things? Where are your needs? What kind of love do you need to experience more deeply or more profoundly? And how can you receive that more completely? Those are the questions you should be sitting with tonight as we do this sacred work. East Cacao, we thank you for the blessings of your chocolate, the blessings of these beautiful flowers that we have combined, the blessings of Copal, the blessings of this circle, the blessings of the sisters who sit here with me in this circle. As we do this sacred healing work, I ask that you allow us to receive the medicine of the cacao tonight for ourselves and help us to integrate it in a way that helps us to embody the love and the compassion that you so divinely represent. And we give thanks for this opportunity, for the medicine, for our relationship, and for our ability to hold this sacred space for our planet. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. Amen, Aho, and so it is. And so there's much more for us to do together, but for now we're going to conclude with this simple ritual, and then we will pick up our beautiful conversation when we have our live discussion. We give thanks to East Cacao for her beautiful medicine tonight, for helping us connect with each other, for helping us send and receive. East Cacao, we bid you farewell as we extinguish the candles and rise from our seat in the circle, from this beautiful temple in the heart of the Mayan land, in the heart of the Mayan arena. We are so grateful for that vast period of history in which we learned to work with these native medicines, in which we learned to work with these powerful goddesses. East Cacao is my favorite goddess of the Mayan pantheon, and I hope that she has become yours as well through this experience. And so, guardians of the North, thank you for the wisdom, the protection, the guidance, the strength, the grounding. As we move through this beautiful journey this evening, we release you. Guardians of the West, thank you for helping us to open our heart space more intentionally and widely tonight. We release you from your service to the circle. Guardians of the South, we thank you for the blessings of creativity that will come from opening our sacral chakra, because of course cacao is both a heart and a sacral medicine. And we release you with gratitude from your service to the circle. And Guardians of the East, it is a new beginning. It is a new way for us to move in life from an anchored heart space rather than an anchored mind space. And so let us move from here, make decisions from here. What does your heart lead you to do? What would your heart want you to do? Your heart's always going to tell you to forgive faster and to love deeper. Your heart's always going to tell you to forgive faster and love deeper. Whether you choose to listen to that or not is, of course, up to you. I hope that you will. Aho, and on we go. So much love, my sisters. I hope you enjoyed this first part of our class experience together. The second part, of course, is our live discussion, and that is coming soon. If you liked this, we will extend that meditation when we gather live and perhaps do a second round of it together as well. I'll see you soon.